George Kittle isn't just one of NFL's elite tight ends. He's transformed the position entirely. With his blend of raw athleticism and the ability to turn short passes into big gains, Kittle has redefined what it means to play tight end in the NFL. From his under-the-radar beginnings at Iowa to becoming a cornerstone of the San Francisco 49ers offense, Kittle's impact extends far beyond his stats. So just how good is George Kittle actually? Born in Madison, Wisconsin, Kittle's early football career began in Iowa City, where he improved his skills under the guidance of his father, Bruce Kittle, a four-year letterman and co-captain of the 1982 Rose Bowl team at Iowa. This environment would lay the foundation for Kittle's competitive spirit, traits that would fuel his rise to an elite NFL tight end. Kittle was initially a skinny wide receiver at just 6'2", 190 pounds. He would play at Norman High School but struggled to attract any college attention. Even with his father's strong ties to Iowa, the chance of Kittle getting a Division I scholarship were slim. They even had to leave midway through an Iowa football camp after seeing that there was no hope in talking to an Iowa football coach. Kittle's dad even stated, "We hardly had any contact with anybody. We got through the second day at noon, and George said, 'Dad, let's go.' I haven't talked to a single Iowa coach yet." So we packed up and we figured that Iowa wasn't going to happen. But little did they know, some Iowa coaches had been keeping an eye on George Kittle. More than 6 months later, just before National Signing Day in February 2012, Iowa head coach Kirk Ferentz unexpectedly reached out. Ferentz told the Kittle family that if 2 other recruits didn't commit, Iowa would offer George a scholarship. So as signing day approached, the Kittles were anxious, not knowing if Kittle would get the chance to play in a Power 5 school or would have to resort to his backup school at Weber State, a well-known respected FCS Division I school in Utah. By mid-morning, the call came in from the head coach of Iowa. George Kittle had just gotten his first and only Power 5 Division I scholarship offer, and it was from the same school his father Bruce Kittle played for. His father stated they were really just rolling the dice on him, hoping that things might pan out. At the University of Iowa, Kittle's college career would start slowly. He redshirted as a freshman and spent his early seasons as part of a deep tight end rotation. Despite not putting up any flashy stats, Kittle was still a key member in Iowa's offense, and by 2015, he was beginning to show flashes of the player that he would become. His 10 touchdowns over 2 seasons were impressive, but his true impact wasn't in the receiving game, but had developed into a reliable blocker as well. As a senior in 2016, Kittle became a key player in Iowa's tight end group. His best performance came against North Dakota State, where he hauled in 5 catches for 110 yards. That season, he totaled 22 receptions for 314 yards and 4 touchdowns. And over his college career, Kittle amassed 48 receptions, 737 yards, and 10 touchdowns. So by the time he had graduated, Kittle had shown enough to catch the attention of several NFL scouts. As a top tight end prospect, George Kittle was one of 19 collegiate tight ends invited to the 2017 NFL Scouting Combine. He impressed scouts by finishing 3rd among tight ends in the broad jump, 5th in the 40-yard dash, and 6th in the vertical jump. And by the end of the pre-draft process, Kittle was projected as a 3rd or 4th round pick, though few predicted the level of success that would follow. Drafted in the 5th round of the 2017 NFL Draft by the San Francisco 49ers, Kittle's journey to NFL stardom seemed uncertain at first. He wasn't an immediate superstar, and in his rookie season, he faced typical growing pains. He finished the year with 43 receptions and 515 yards and 2 touchdowns. Solid numbers for a first-year tight end, but not yet reflective of what he would do in later seasons. What Kittle did show, however, was his potential as a playmaker, consistently turning short yardage passes into big gains, and also his toughness, playing through a leg injury for much of the season. But no one expected what was going to happen next. In the 2018 season, Kittle would set an NFL record for the most receiving yards by a tight end in a single season, with 1,377 yards. What made Kittle's performance even more remarkable was his consistency in gaining yardage after the catch, an area where he led in the NFL. Whether it was turning a 10-yard pass into a 50-yard gain or dragging defenders for extra yardage, Kittle's ability to extend plays made him a popular target in the 49ers offense. Following his record-breaking season, fans were eager to see if Kittle could replicate his standout performance and prove that he wasn't just a one-season wonder. And the 2019 season would cement Kittle's status as not just a top-tier tight end, but as one of the best offensive weapons in the NFL, regardless regardless of position. He finished the year with 1,053 yards and 5 touchdowns, helping lead the 49ers to a Super Bowl. Kittle's ability to dominate as a blocker, often going up against defensive linemen and linebackers with ease, set him apart from other tight ends who were more focused on catching passes. This success led Kittle to signing a 5-year, $75 million contract extension in 2020, making him the highest paid tight end in NFL history at that time. Even though he struggled with injuries that season, playing in only 8 games, he still made healthy contributions to the team, recording a total of 634 receiving yards. In 2021, Kittle returned in full health, recording 910 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, with a notable game against the Bengals, recording 151 yards and 1 touchdown. During this period, he also earned another Pro Bowl selection, as well as an NFC Offensive Player of the Week. By 2022, Kittle had become an integral part of the 49ers offense, particularly after rookie quarterback Brock Purdy took over.
I've heard that, every young quarterback's best friend is the tight end. And the good news is he's still young, so I'll still be his best friend down there. He's just slinging the ball around, and that's what you love to see.
Fortunately for the team, Kittle's chemistry with Purdy was immediate, resulting in a career-high 11 touchdowns, many of which came in crucial moments in the season. In Week 2 of the 2023 season, George Kittle reached 400 career receptions in just 84 games, setting a 49ers franchise record for the fastest to hit that milestone and becoming the 4th fastest in NFL history. This earned him his 5th Pro Bowl selection, breaking Brent Jones' franchise record for the most Pro Bowl nods by a tight end, and he was named First Team All-Pro for the 2nd time. Kittle finished the regular season with 65 receptions and over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. Unfortunately, in Super Bowl 58, Kittle suffered a shoulder injury in overtime and was sidelined for the rest of the game, finishing with just 2 catches for 4 yards in the 49ers' 25-22 loss to the Chiefs. As of 2024, Kittle sits comfortably in the top tier of tight ends and can hopefully produce at a high level for a few more seasons. Currently 31, people question whether he has much time left in the league, but considering Travis Kelce was putting up solid numbers into his mid-30s, I'm sure Kittle still has some years left in him.
Why not put all your effort into being available and being the best player you can possibly be?
So how good is George Kittle actually? Few tight ends in NFL history have managed to combine receiving and blocking abilities like Kittle has. Perhaps the most telling stat that highlights how good Kittle actually is would be his yards after catch. No other tight end in recent history has been able to turn short, quick passes into massive gains like Kittle. He has led the NFL in this category multiple times, often transforming what would have been routine catches into game-breaking plays. His rare combination of speed, toughness, and balance makes him a nightmare to tackle in open space. In a league where specialization is so common, Kittle's ability to dominate in all aspects of the game is what makes him stand out.